And that's always been the best model. And so the Cat and Zoe story was built entirely around that.
You ain't my mother! Yes, I am! Yes, I am! Yes, I am! Yes, I am! At first they wanted me to say, yes, I am. But it's like, no, I wouldn't say that. I would scream that out after 17, 18 years of holding this in.
It just had to come out in that way.
The look on Michelle's face was perfect.
My little girl saw it a few times, and I had my makeup box in the front room, and I was cleaning my makeup box out, and I was watching telly, and she went, Mum, Mum, and I turned around and she had lipstick all around her face, and she went, yes, I am! What did you say?
To grow up thinking that that's your sister and you find out it's your mother, you'd be like scarred for life, I think.
I want to know what you meant. No, you don't, Zoe. Where are you going?
We know that the reason she doesn't want Zoe to go off with Harry is because she, Kat, was abused by Harry. She's terrified. She just can't cope with the pretense anymore.
I got the script and I was reading through it to get my scenes out, and it was just Cat and Zoe, Cat and Zoe, Cat and Zoe, and I was like, oh my God, it's a two-hander.
Leave it, Zoe, it doesn't matter. It matters to me. Is it true? Finish what you were saying!
Yeah, they were being really violent with each other.
No!
And then at the very end, she says,
I'd like to know who he is. It was Harry.
The Harry thing we knew was controversial. We had an amazing story conference where someone said, it's her uncle. And there was this huge gasp, and it was like, well, we can't do that, can we?
It ain't right, is it, Dad? What he did.
You were taken right in to the heart of the Slater family and what was rotten at the core of it.
These were very big subjects, and they had to be, they had to be dealt with in the right way.
We talked at great length to the Samaritans about it, who were incredibly supportive.
I used to go to bed every night with my curtains open so I could see the man in the moon. They were open the night Harry came into my room, and I turned the other way because I couldn't believe what was happening to me.
The time I come face to face with Harry, that was real hate.
You're a fat old curve.
I didn't want to write it.
You loved me once.
I love Father Christmas and all, but he didn't touch me up.
Harry, in his own diseased head, would have a justification, you know, and so I said to Tony, I want to hear his side.
It wasn't just me. You were always going around in that little mini skirt.
That was my school uniform.
And the makeup.
You got me pregnant. Yeah, Zoe. And I've told her what you did. She hates you.
You bitch.
And when I saw it, I realised absolutely they'd been right, and it had to be in.
I found it quite disturbing, actually, when I had to put the lipstick on.
And then she looks up the moon and takes what could be that ultimate fateful step.
You have to be really careful with scenes like that you're not seen to glamorise or advocate it or make it look romantic.
Go and phone an ambulance, now!
I was in Tesco, right, and this little girl walked up to me and she said, did you die last night? I was like, oh, I can't tell you that, darling.
we've got a rhythm.
I was in the next aisle when I heard these two little girls and they were going, she's dead, you know. And she went, no, she's not dead. She's not dead because her lipstick saved her.
Back on the square, the pressure's on for Shane as he films his first scene as Alfie in 5 years.
Hey, hello. You all right? I'm very, very good.
Hi, you're all right, nice to see you.
Never done it before, everybody, so be gentle. It's been a while.
Shane's very first day back on screen, his first scene, meant he had absolutely no dialogue. He spent the entire morning telling everybody he could tell, really, costume and makeup, that it was a really big, heavy dialogue scene. It's taken him ages to learn.
Today's a real tough scene. I kind of need to sort of like think about what I'm doing, get into character and concentrate on what's going to happen today.
Actually, all he had to do was lie in the back of a car and have Phil Mitchell open the door and stare at him.
Action!
Right, what are we going to do?
Shane's like nobody else I've ever worked with. He's such good company.
Let's take myself away. Times were tough. I slept in the back of the bed.
He's loud and he's gregarious, but there's also a real sensitivity running through him, and I think that's where the charm of Alfie Moon comes from.
My initial introduction to Eastenders was they were looking for a 6 foot, late 30s, early 40s Londoner to play a fireman.
Quite clearly was never ever going to convince anyone that he was a fireman.
I went home and I spoke to my wife and I said, oh, I think I've got this.
But he was great.
And then literally months went past and I got a phone call from the manager saying, I've offered you this part in Eastenders. So they knew a character called Alfie. And Tony Jordan went, it's going to be called Alfie Moon. And I remember being really disappointed. Alfie Moon, what a stupid, stupid name.
First thing, I'll see you later on today,
Yes.
end of the day. Anyone anything from Costco?
But of course now, I can't, you know, it works.
See you later, I've got to get ready to drive a moped.
So, with the Moons back in Walford, why did they leave the first time round? Well, it all started with our old friend Andy Hunter.
I want to borrow some money. 10,000.
Be nice to me, say, well, a couple of times a week and we'll forget about the loan.
With Alfie in debt to Andy.
Alfie, where did you get this?
Well, I've got a mate who owes me a favour.
It was Andy, weren't it?
Oh, it was Andy.
How could you be so stupid?
A proposal is made to Kat that eventually tears their marriage apart.
Didn't know you pegged as a punctual type. I'm honoured.
She goes over there and she sleeps with him.
Enjoying your revenge.
Beginning to.
She was doing this for Alfie, and it wasn't her. It was just her body.
It's just sex. You won't get what's up here.
You'll never get in here.
And he says, I don't want that.
Believe me, sweetheart, you got nothing up there I want. I know you enough to know that if I have your body, I have you.
He's won, basically.
Please don't make me do this. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Please.
Doesn't have to go through with it. And he does.
When Alfie witnessed the memento of his wife's infidelity, their marriage fell apart.
Alfie's devastated.
How can you do that to me?
Oh, I'm sorry, Alfie.
How could you do that to me?
I'm sorry.
Get off me!
It was a really tough episode to watch two characters that you love
I did it for you.
rip themselves apart.
You just remember. What a cheap little slapper you really are.
No!
The Moons went their separate ways until the death of an old friend changed everything.
Neneman kind of knew she was going to die.
I know I'm not very well, but sweetheart, you mustn't be sad.
So they put this wish list together.
Sort of a bucket list, I believe they call it these days.
I just want to make the most of the time I've got left.
She wanted to meet the Queen.
Mum.
I think she wanted to get arrested.
There you go.
Okay.
The thing that she wanted above all was that she wanted Kat and Alfie to get back together.
This is for you.
What is it?
Oh, don't open it now. It's just that it's my final wish. You keep it safe. And when it's time, you'll know what to do.
Nana? Come on, Nana, not yet. Nana.
You know, I was genuinely saying goodbye. Because sadly, not long after that, she did pass away.
No, we are going to have the best Christmas ever. Because that's what we said, didn't we, Nana? Please, Nana, please. Just a bit longer.
I knew when I was doing that scene and saying goodbye to her, it actually felt real, yeah, it did. It felt real.
Moon wasn't just Alfie's grandma. She was also the fairy godmother, I think, for Cat and Alfie.
They both got this huge sense of pride, and they won't admit it, that they're the loves of their lives.
Sometimes people grow up and they realise they're not right for each other, so they say goodbye. Forever.
And Alfie leaves Cat behind. Cat?
Yeah? That episode was when I go into the toilet and I take off all my makeup. I don't want to be me anymore. She's putting her old self in a box and she's never going to return.
It was sort of like the end of an era. It was the end of Cat.
Because her life was Alfie. And then he turns up again.
Cat, your shoes!
Right, done it up.
Oh, isn't it beautiful?
It was snowing, unlike their wedding day, it was snowing for real.
Look at you, eh?
Well, look at you.
I always said that Alfie was a bit of an 80s man, and I think that full capri was just the icing on the cake.
I forgot something.
Well, it must have been important.
The most important thing in the whole wide world.
Is it forever?
It's forever and ever, I swear.
We picked her up in the snow. It was like a fairy tale.
Let's go, Mrs. Moon.
I was really happy with the ending. It was just perfect.
I think it was a good time for them to go because we've been on that roller coaster. I think you needed a break.
I'm sure they went off and had a brilliant time.
"5 years later, and everything has changed. With Alfie desperate to win his wife back, he turns to the Vic, the one place they used to call home.
Cat gives Alfie 24 hours to prove himself. She wants to know that he's going to do something to make their future solid. And he says, I've done it, I've got it.
Did I or did I not say I would sort things out, yeah? I've bought us the Queen Vic. I'm not sure Cat feels as happy as Alfie about it.
Alfie gets a right hook.
So it's all change at the Queen Vic.
I think Cat and Alfie taking over the Vic's a brilliant idea.
It's where they belong.
Welcome to the Queen Vic Junior. Drink.
Big Mo will be looking forward to having a few drinks. Or she'll slide behind the bar and help herself. That'll be £2.30.
Cat and Alfie won't mind.
We're going to have a bit of fun with them both. We're going to have a bit of fun with seeing how Alfie runs the Queen Vic, Del Boy style.
Where'd you get the booze from?
Oh, here, there and everywhere. Oh, your old man gave me a stash. What's it going to be? Is it going to be a gastro pub?
Don't turn it into a gastro pub.
Is there going to be karaoke?
A lot of entertainment with Shane, I think. He'll get his red coat out again.
Will their love last?
I hope they don't split up. I hope they stay together. To us.
To us. To Alfie and Kathleen.
Yeah.
It's all to come. You're behind the bar, where they belong.
If you work in an office, you'll very much be aware of office gossip. So have you heard this one? The assistant regional head of sales is dead. Simon Bird is interviewing for the replacement. He's got Eamon Holmes, Kate Walsh and Molly from the Saturdays. The King is dead. Next.